Calling from a 415 area code. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Amy.
Oh, hi,
from
Amy.
San Francisco.
Amy from San Francisco. What's on your mind?
Well, the usual, love you guys. You're wonderful. Been listening to you, Sam, since God was a boy.
All right. Yes,
But I wanted to, Emma, your girl crush, Tulsi Gabbard. I heard this other podcast,
Mike Preisner's.
Anonymous.
Oh, yeah. Mike Preisner was talking about this.
He was on QAnon Anonymous,
Yeah.
yep.
Yep, and I mean, she's like, you always say that she looks like she's in a cult or a cult leader. She grew up in this cult.
I don't say that just to be, I guess, mean. There was a whole piece in the lead up to the primary, I believe it was New York Magazine. Let me just check that you might enjoy. I think New York Magazine, where they detail it. Came out in 2019.
Yeah, I mean, and it seems like the major tenet of this cult is just homophobia.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Michael was on this very, very, very early and would talk about this extensively. And of course, she pretended like she had some type of reformation for a while. There was I feel like an 18-month period where Gabbard sort of downplayed this.
Sorry for all that thing where I started my political career helping my dad try to take rights away from gay people.
Right. Yeah. And, like a salmon, she has come home, essentially.
Well, it was probably the plan all along.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not...
She couldn't come in swinging at gay folks. I don't know.
I'm not convinced of that.
Party.
I'm not convinced of that. I think reversion was easy. And maybe she never got that far. I don't buy that was the plan all along. You'd have to be almost more insane to think that that's a workable plan than I think she probably is on some level. So I think that she tried to do it one way and then realized I couldn't, and she just pivoted back because that was also just the easier thing to do. And in many respects, she may be now not even having to, it may be more natural for her where she is now with this stuff. But there was some obvious sort of signposts that she was being a little bit disingenuous over the years. So, and
in that QAnon Anonymous episode, it's a two-parter with Mike Preisner, goes into the way Tulsi was sort of taught or what have you about sex growing up, and it's an interesting context for her saying there should be no public education about sex. She's not maybe the person we should be taking cues from.
Well, we were just talking about Mike, because Mike Preisner also interviewed a former prisoner from Guantanamo Bay who claims that Ron DeSantis was there doing some of the torturing. And I mean, we know he was there as a JAG representative, but what role he played, I haven't, I'm going to be digging into that over vacation. And I think Mike is somebody that we may have on the program in a couple of months when we get on the other side of 2023. But yeah, we'll talk more about Tulsi. But, and I appreciate the phone call. Thanks for calling in.
But read that piece by Carrie Howley. I'm not sure if the podcast covers it, but it's very good. What'd you say, Matt?
Thanks.
The podcast is in.
Happy New Year.
Crazy stuff on it.
Thank you. All right.
I will listen to that QAnon Anonymous podcast as well.